You're listening to the Gem Mint Podcast by GFNF. Your weekly breakdown of sports cards, hobby news, and everything in between. Here's your hosts, Jake and Nico.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 18 of Gem Mint by GFNF, presented by the homies over at Collector Caps. We're a day later today. Partly my fault, partly Jake's. It is Thursday, May 19th, and I should have had this ready. I meant to too. What's our national count? How many days?
Ooh, it's got to be less
70?
than...
Probably?
No, I don't think quite so. Let's see.
A little bit above
Where
that.
we go? National starts on the 27th, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Bro, you don't
7.
you just gotta Google that.
Nah, I do it in my head. It's 69 days it looks like.
Oh wow, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really looking forward to that. Let's run through this past week. I would say mostly a controversial week. But we'll get into that in a little bit. So
that's sometimes the most fun weeks.
Yeah, there's plenty to talk about. On the retail front, Target's like changing up what they're doing over the past couple weeks. They've been doing those like Sunday 3 a.m. drops, but we saw a Monday and Wednesday drop this week. Monday being like, it was like some lower tier product. It wasn't anything crazy. And then Wednesday being like leftovers from like months ago.
Yeah, stuff we haven't seen in months.
Where are they getting this?
I think it's Excel just randomly finding boxes in their warehouse.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, we saw Optic basketball, Prism basketball. There's even Select football, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. No, not Select football. No, there was Select basketball blast but those were in stock for pickup only at certain stores. But
yeah, which we've seen before, but kind of weird. It's almost like they're just still trying to like maybe up their bot protection, but
yeah.
Hey, their stock's down. They should probably stop.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's saying their stock's down quite a bit, so they should probably save some money on that front and stop people from buying product.
Well, I think they they spent the last couple weeks catching up on shipping, obviously, but I don't know if they have much. I mean, we're expecting Bowman Megas maybe coming up, but Prism football's still probably a month at least away from retail.
Yeah. I mean, we got first off the line next week, so we're getting close.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close, but yeah, just like some just weird stuff dropping. No more Mosaic football. We did see Contenders. Megas they didn't sit for too long, did they? The Megas?
No, everything was instant.
It
was super low stock.
I think people knew they weren't going to hit the other stuff, so they kind of just ran up the Contenders. But no Mosaic football, so that's definitely done at this point. We didn't see it on Walmart either, which dropped like a load of garbage.
Per usual.
Yeah, really weird. So yeah, it's just gonna probably be pretty slow until we get to Prism football. I mean, even Bowman Megas, like, they're gonna probably sit for a little bit.
They make a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go through like months of like Cracker Barrel, Walgreens,
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble. Like, there's so much of it. So that's even still kind of like, man.
I love them.
I like them too. But it's like, I guess on like the retail front, it's just kind of a meh product.
Right.
At least early on. I think that's pretty much it on the retail front. I don't think we saw anything from Topps. Topps Sterling dropped, but that's like a higher-ish end product. Almost $1,000 product.
It's a great product. It's just out of the reach.
Yeah, it is. It's expensive.
Trying to make some money on it.
Yeah, it's expensive. I think that's it for the retail front. Let's get into the hobby news because there's like a whole slew of like juicy stuff. So
and the first one being arguably the most important.
Yeah. So we went live on the GFNF WhatNot on Monday, Tuesday. Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday night.
Yeah, Tuesday night. And did a little bit of Formula 1 Sapphire. So we had some boxes come in. Our buddy Matt, who we had on 2 weeks ago, he had some boxes come in. So we're like, you know what? We are some of the first people with this. Let's go live and rip it. It was insane. I was ripping. I was live for 4 hours.
Mr. Firehands.
Yeah, we had one bad box, and it was the one box someone bought as a personal. Which I felt bad.
Like on the night too.
Yeah, and it was the last box, and usually it's like last box mojo, like you don't leave the last one.
Right.
But yeah, that one was terrible. But we'll get into some of the bigger hits a little later when we get into the high rollers part. But it was cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're gonna probably go live a couple more times, maybe for some big releases. So yeah, be sure to follow us there at GFNF, no underscores. But yeah, we'll schedule it up, and you should get notifications and stuff. But shout out to the people that package all this crap, because that was hell packaging this stuff and sorting it.
Luckily, you realize why you did get into breaking?
Yeah, I mean, luckily these are like 32 card boxes, so like honestly, sorting wasn't bad. It was the packing that was like honestly miserable. But yeah, it was a good time though.
When I pulled up the dashboard to send you that info today, I looked at all the packages. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like thinking, I was like, oh, this is not gonna be bad. Like there was like multiple people buying spots and other breaks, and then it was like 45 packages. I was like, oh Jesus Christ! And we only did like 9 breaks, so yeah, it was pretty crazy. Now I know why certain people do personals only and not breaks for this exact reason. A lot easier to just like throw it all in a box and move along.
Yep.
You want to touch on this next one, this Ohio man? I'm surprised it's not a Florida man, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we're back at it. We know a little bit about Ohio boys and the stuff they get into, but this Ohio man's facing federal charges. He's selling fake T206 cards. Obviously, the T206 cards used to come in old packs of tobacco. They're the rarest baseball cards on the planet. Obviously, the Honus Wagner T206 is arguably the most expensive and valuable card on the planet. But this guy was, he purchased 14 different T206 cards back in 2015. And he put fake signatures on them and then consigned them to different auction houses around the country. And even even people that most people don't know, like Eddie Sacote, which is a player back in that time, $13,000 for that, and some of the bigger players sold for even more. So this guy ran just a money printing ring based on these fake T206 cards, and that's one thing. The other thing too, though, is a lot of these auction houses got bamboozled by this, so a little bit nerve-wracking. It makes sense why Golden and places like that required stuff to be graded and all that, because so this kind of stuff doesn't happen. But
they were encapsulated.
Not all of them.
I could have sworn I just read that that they were all encapsulated.
No, there's a picture.
Most, if not all. So I mean, like that's like a good chunk.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, but does it say by PSA?
Let me see here. Third-party authenticators. I mean, if you're an authenticator, you're an authenticator, right? Like,
yeah. So that's even worse. It passed some authenticators and the auction houses. Raw would make sense, but there's no way it should be getting slabbed and stuff as a fake autograph.
Who the hell has 14 signed T206 cards? Like that didn't
no red flags there.
Yeah, like raise any red flags. So, like some dude's got 14 signed cards from like the early 1900s. Yeah, this is like, and the fact that like the people on forums and stuff figured it out. This is exactly reminds me of like when Twitter like solves a case, like a murder or something. Like somehow like Twitter comes together and like pieces stuff together. It's like the cops couldn't figure this out.
I wonder if there's any retribution for the people that bought the phony ones.
It was years ago, right?
Yeah, I mean they've had it for.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure that he owes them money. But who knows? Who knows like how many hands it's changed by now, Right. But yeah, pretty crazy. A little more I guess exciting or upbeat. news. The 5th year of the Baseball Card Hall of Fame voting's underway.
Yep.
I know it said pick up to 10. I picked 5. I don't know if you went through and picked any.
I haven't picked yet, but I bet you I know at least one that you picked.
Go ahead and guess.
I'm thinking you probably went with the 53 Bowman color mantle.
How'd you know?
Let's see. I probably vote for this 1960 Carl Yastrzemski.
I have that one also. That's just like a classical card.
Iconic. I know the Mike Schmidt rookie's on there somewhere. Trying to think. I have a hard time. I do like the. I actually have one at PSA. A 91 Chipper Jones Desert Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Those are cool. But I voted for. I'm going to vote for my dude Griffey. I think I would say another one you voted for had to be the 58 Maris.
Did I have the 58 Maris? I actually didn't, but I do love the 58. I had the 92 Bowman, the Mariano Rivera. Like, that outfit is just actually crazy.
Yeah.
That he's in. The 50 Bowman, Jackie Robinson. And then the 39 Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, 39 Joe DiMaggio was awesome.
That's what I have selected right now. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. There's 41 total. Oh, no, wait. No, that's all cards currently in. How many options are there? So there's 40 choices. I guess they kind of follow the same, like, rules as the Hall of Fame, because it's 16. There's only 16 new cards. I guess there's like reoccurring cards.
Yeah, they stay on. I think they stay on for a couple years.
That's funny.
It's cool though. This is fun. I mean, it's fun for collectors to go back and see some of the old cards and get the chance to vote for them. And
yeah. I like the Cracker Jack, the Ty Cobb.
Yeah,
from 1914-15. That one's pretty sick.
Those old Yogi Berra cards, those play ball cards, cool. Those used to be at drugstores on a roll. So you go in and you'd buy a candy bar, and the convenience store owner would basically just peel one off and rip it off.
You just stick it on your bike spoke.
Yeah, just have a flapper. But yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. Yes, that's pretty cool. That's at I don't even know how to share this link. It's like a Google sheet. Is it on anyone's Twitter or anything? I don't know where you found the link exactly.
Sporting News. Follow Sporting News. They have the link for it.
Okay, Sporting News. Yeah, definitely do it. It's some cool stuff there. These dudes, I think everyone knows who we're talking about. Backyard Breaks in hot water again. So they just cannot get in trouble. Like, they're invincible. It's actually insane. So there's been a lot of video proof, and I say it's proof because it's pretty damn good evidence that they're marking cards. So it'll make more sense to explain how they do it. So if you've joined breaks before, I would say 99% of people use random.org to random the names for a break. It's like not even close. That's what everyone uses. It's like the industry standard. These dudes use a deck of playing cards that have the pictures of the teams on them. So like already, like, that's a red flag. Like, okay, you're trying to be a little bit different. I feel like that's not where to be different. I think the crop tops is enough. To be different. But so basically, they break on WhatNot, and WhatNot lets you auction off break spots, and they're doing these high-end football breaks, like National Treasures and stuff, auctioning off, and whoever wins the first gets to pick pick a card. It's face down, so you can't see what team it is. But what everyone's noticed is that the Patriots card, which is arguably like the biggest, you want Mac Jones right now,
right,
is marked on the side. Has like a little bit of fraying to it. Like BGS, like 6 edges. So it's easy to see, and they're always putting it at the bottom of the deck when they shuffle. So there's been a couple of videos of this. Josh Luber, who is like head of this trading card, overtake at Fanatics, StockX Josh Luber, pretty like someone DM'd him the video on Instagram, and he pretty much like defended them. So like this like bummed out a lot of people.
That's scary.
Yeah, there's a lot of good breakers out there that deserve more recognition than these clowns.
Well, you can't. People are nervous too. No, it seems like a lot of these breakers and card shops and stuff that notice this shenanigans and stuff going on, it's not like they're all nervous to speak up against Luber and this kind of stuff because they're still up in the air, worried about their allocation and what's going to happen with Fanatics, distribution and shit like that. So it's a really bad situation.
Yeah, it is. It sucks. He pretty much, like, the thing that stuck out, I think, was that he's like, these dudes are hustling. Like, Josh Luber just wants to make money. But, like, I don't know, he just doesn't have an eloquent way of saying it, or it's just not good luck.
Which is fine. It's fine to want to make money, and that's what a lot of the old time collectors and people that've been in the hobby were worried about. It's like, it's good for the hobby to grow it and bring more money, new money, and everything into it. But if you don't care about the longevity of the actual hobby, then it just becomes a business that you'll sell off or do whatever it takes just to make a buck.
Yep.
And that's a little bit nerve wracking.
Yep. Yeah, not great. Josh Luber, figure it out, dude.
Stop doing business with these idiots.
Yeah. Another idiot, Platinum Card Breaks. So they were doing a National Treasures break, and he pretty much, like, opens all the boxes. And if you never, like, have watched it, National Treasures, or opened it, it's pretty much like a big, it's not a briefcase, it's like a fold box, like a wooden box, and it has like a tiny box inside of it with all the cards. So he takes them all out, opens them, takes the cards out, and then shows that the box is empty. Well, the one box had a redemption in it that he didn't see, quote unquote, didn't see.
Yeah.
And someone in the chat was like, whoa, like, you missed one. And you could see on video he's caught, like, kind of like palming it, and like making it out, and correct me if I'm wrong, making it out to look like he pulled it from the trash.
Yeah. He calls his buddy back in and says, whoa, wait a minute. And
yeah. So it's complete bullshit. This dude's a sleazeball. Don't break with him. Go break with someone else that you could trust.
They put out a long, breathy paragraph about what, it seems like every time because the backyard.
Why are you putting that out if you don't, if you did nothing wrong?
Right. Yeah, 100%. It's complete trash.
Yeah. So platinum card breaks, avoid them. Backyard breaks, avoid them. Go break with someone like Leighton. Cheap fun breaks that actually has, a good reputation in the space, and not one for wearing crop tops and trying to steal Justin Fields redemptions.
If you want a good idea, if you really don't know where to start, go to Beckett and look up their industry summit people and stuff like that. It's Leighton, it's Cheap Fun Breaks, it's Real Breaks are the top 3 breakers in the nation consistently. They're all in the top 3 in votes every year, and their prices are good. They're breaking all the time. It's like most of the time too, I've noticed too, it doesn't make sense. Like most of these young breakers that are new to this and got into it in the boom, these backyard kids, the platinum people, it's like they're more expensive anyway.
Yeah. So
you're paying more to possibly get rugged. I don't know.
Well, because they see other people charging, like, what they're charging for the breaks. Like, oh, well, why can't I do that?
Right. Crazy.
But, yeah, plenty of options out there. Pretty interesting one. We really hadn't seen, like, too much, like, in-depth detail on this, but a 86 Fleer Jordan PSA 10 was sold on my slab. It was, like, pretty newer slab for $170,000. Which was like significantly less than what like PSA 10 has been moving for. So they ended up posting that they voided the sale, contacted PSA, and I guess PSA is in talks with the seller. So I don't know if this is one of those situations where like there was that whole scam going around where the dude was grading a legit Fleer to get a label, cracking it, and re-encapsulating a fake card with that real cert number. Because obviously, like, he would have, the cert number would be legit because he sent a real one in. But, he would swap it out and pretty much put it in a new slab. So I don't know if this is one of those situations or if this dude just, like, legitimately needed the money quick.
I'm in the dark on this one a little bit. Who's the one that voided the sale? Was it My Slab?
Yeah, My Slab. My Slab said.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if people reached out and was like, yo, you got to, like, look into this. Like, this is, like, 70-80 grand lower than like most of the sales. That's pretty big,
Right.
Good chunk of money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see if anything comes of that. But My Slabs is always like proactive with in trying to keep integrity in the marketplace there. So
Yeah, it's good business.
yeah, definitely. Leaf put out a tweet that they were filing a lawsuit against a player due to unsigned redemptions. Giannis filed a suit against Leaf earlier in the year, so it's just like them suing him back.
That's what a lot of people are speculating. They
Yeah.
won't name the player, obviously, probably until the lawsuit gets filed officially and becomes public knowledge. But I don't know. I mean, Giannis, for those of you that don't know the story behind his redemptions, I'm sure you do, but he was there. There was a lot of people waiting on his rookie autos, and especially his 101s from back in was 2013, I think.
Yeah.
And he went. This was like a year or two ago. He went live on Instagram, just shouting out to his fans and everything like that. And he's sitting in his office at home and in an office chair, and he kind of leans back, and you see the bookshelf behind him, and there it are. All his rookie 101 autos are on the shelf back there. So people are like, well, there's my card that I've been waiting for. So it's like he kept his own redemptions, which that's what I think is fueling the speculation that it's Giannis that they're coming after. But then again, was Giannis signing Leaf cards back in 2013? Maybe he was.
Yeah, he could have been. I don't know. Pretty interesting. But we'll touch on it for sure once that unnamed player is named. So, more athletes getting in the mix with the hobby. You got Bubba Watson. He was ripping with Dude Perfect. So I guess it's kind of like athlete meets YouTube star / personality or whatever.
I think it's good for the hobby.
Yeah, Dude Perfect's pretty cool. I've enjoyed watching their YouTube videos. Honestly, I haven't watched in a while. Do they still do like the trick shot stuff?
Oh yeah,
that was like such a big fad on YouTube for like the longest time.
I like their stereotype videos. Like one of my favorite videos they ever made was the golf stereotypes, and Tyler was always the one that got the rage monster that got all mad. But Bubba Watson, what's funny is I was watching a little bit of the PGA Championship that's going on this weekend. He's playing, I would assume, but today was also the release day for, or maybe it was yesterday. Yesterday or today was the release date for the new. They brought it back after a long time. SP Authentic Golf.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
You think Bubba's just walking the course playing, and also when his round's done in the clubhouse, he's getting some of these guys to sign the base cards?
Yeah, why not? That's
Capital.
Really funny. Yeah, I did see that actually released. I might grab a box of that.
I'm definitely grabbing a box, dude. Those are cool, man. They got like some of the relics and stuff, like relic autos. They'll have like Pebble Beach sand, and a Tiger Woods auto on it. It's just really cool.
Yeah, he has autos in it, right?
Tiger does. Arnold Palmer, Phil Mickelson, Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, a lot of big name people.
You see Tiger Woods around today?
I was excited when it started because I put a little bet. They made my boy 8,500 to 1.
I think I know why now.
My other favorite player is actually leading too, and I didn't bet on him. As an Irishman, I feel it necessary to root for Rory McIlroy.
Oh yeah, goddamn Rory.
But yeah, he's doing good. But Tiger's. Yeah,
he's struggling.
Yep.
I'm still probably shooting way better than I would, so I can't really talk.
Yeah, me too.
Steve Aoki. He threw it. Honestly, do you think this was on purpose? He threw the worst first pitch ever.
If it's not on purpose,
okay,
it's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
Okay, do you know Steve Aoki's like thing? Like, obviously he's a DJ, but like, do you know his like what he does? He throws cakes into the crowd.
What?
And I've seen this dude chuck a full cake with the most insane accuracy. I'll have to send you a video. This was 100% on purpose. There's just.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. It was probably. It was probably to bring publicity to the Tops Now cards that they did with his auto.
Yeah, it worked.
No, you got to watch this dude chuck a cake. I've seen it in person. It's insane. He like you just got to see the pure distance that it travels, and he's so accurate. This is complete. Okay. Yeah, this was complete BS.
It was hysterical. He sorted into the net.
Yeah, this is you'll understand once you see it. Complete setup.
I'm gonna put on my notes for tomorrow. Watch Steve Aoki cake videos.
Oh, there's plenty out there. You'll find them. Tops, they can really
Pound sand.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed about this. First of all, they dropped this 2021 Bowman Chrome Sapphire like a year after Bowman Chrome drops.
Right.
Then they post on the box that there's 2 parallels per box. Well, it ends up being 4, which is, with the Sapphire product that has no autos, that's a big difference. 2 versus 4. So,
right. Especially at a lower price point for Sapphire than normal.
Yeah. So we weren't as bullish on it long term, or I guess on short term. Like we were a little bit, a little more bullish like long term on it. But unfortunately, like this is like seriously gonna help prices. Well, fortunately, if you like went hard for it, they're sitting.
You did well.
Yeah, they're sitting at like a 300 floor on eBay. So you're looking at like 260 ish after fees. So it's still like 40 profit a box. But I think these should do well as they go up in price. The only thing I do kind of hate is, so they have the image variations that don't have the first Bowman on it.
That's dumb.
But
I never understood why they did that.
Yeah, but the thing with like image variations is like, and it's a thing with 2020 Topps Chrome too, is like, okay, you have the orange out of 75, because whatever reason it's out of 75 in this. And then you have the image variation that doesn't have the first, that's also out of 75. Why would that be any more expensive than the one with the regular base card? There's 75 of both of them.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just stupid. Numbered image variations is dumb. There just has
Which they
no
do
reason for it.
I mean, yeah, realistically, they're doing that in F1 Sapphire too.
They are, but
I completely agree, though. I mean, the image variation is a little bit newer term, but realistically, it's short print, or at least it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I guess it's a shorter, or it's like smaller checklist, so it's not everybody. But I don't know. I think with Bowman though, like that first just carries so much goddamn weight.
Oh yeah.
That when people like don't see the first up there, like, oh my god, like, no way, like I can't buy that card. I think that's where my like kind of gripe with it is.
The image variations not having the first on it has been a problem with Bowman for a while. Like the Bowman Mega Boxes.
Yeah.
That we should see here pretty soon. Like, the image variations in the Mojo parallels don't have the first on it. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you not have it on there?
They had it in 17 because I saw someone post the Royce Lewis variation auto, and it does have the first on it. So I don't know. I guess they're trying to be different. I would have thought they would have brought it back by now, but I guess
I don't
not.
think Topps has any clue what they're doing anymore.
No, definitely not. It should hire us. We would figure it out. You want to touch on this next one?
Yeah, so Fox is producing a documentary series about the sports card boom starting at the beginning of 2020, and it's going to be called The Hobby. There's following a lot of big people around, one of which is our one guy we hear way too much about, which is Ken Golden. He's got his own show on Netflix, too, coming out. But other than that, the documentary series seems pretty cool. So they're going from card shops to card shows to following around celebrities getting into it and all that. So it's basically all encompassing hobby. They talked about meeting with the WhatNot people and the grading companies. So it's going to be a kind of a full look into the sports card hobby.
Are we going to get backyard breaks on this?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Fox, yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Not to derail, but I was chopping it up with Ken Golden today at his office.
Oh yeah, did you talk to him?
No, I didn't actually talk to him, but I was at I was at Golden today.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Dropping off the soccer card, right?
Dropping off the soccer card. They make you you pretty much sign an NDA when you get there to drop off, because you're pretty much in their office, and they're having meetings and stuff around you. So just so they don't so you don't go there and go to PWCC and be like, hey, I saw what Golden's doing, with their auctions here, right. Pay me and I'll let you know. But yeah, pretty cool. They have this sick mural behind the entrance there, mantle. Yeah, dude, it's sick. Super sick. But yeah, that should be good. Probably better than the Netflix series, hopefully.
Yeah. I think so, especially since the Netflix series completely revolves around Ken Golden.
Yeah, and also everyone's canceling Netflix, so
yep.
We got that going for us too. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the hobby news this past week. Pretty dry, right? Yeah. Moving on to sports here. A lot going on. NBA Conference Finals, Luka and the Mavs versus Curry's Warriors, and then Tatum and the Celtics against Jimmy Butler and the Heat. Who you got in the finals?
I think the Warriors for sure, and I'm gonna say the Celtics are gonna come back and beat the Heat. I think Steph Curry wins his fourth.
Yeah, I think it would be 4. I kind of hope Luka gets there, but yeah, I feel the Warriors and Celtics too. I think it makes too much sense, which means it'll probably be Mavs Heat.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I mean, Heat's up 1-0, and Warriors are up 1-0 as of today. So we'll see. I still think the Celtics are a better team than the Heat, but who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
I don't really know much about basketball other than watching the playoffs this year.
Yeah, me either. Honestly,
but I'm going to pretend I do.
Yeah, I have really no leg to stand on when it comes to talking NBA Finals, but there's 4 teams. That's a little easier. But this next one, I guess, could have went in hobby news as well. But the Yankees cut their 3rd round pick, Jake Sanford, after he stole bats and gloves from teammates, tried selling them online, and sold autograph equipment without ever delivering. I think he also scammed sports cards as well.
Yeah. There's people on Facebook groups I know that got scammed by him, which is
he's on a new team and he was playing. I don't know who signed him, but he was in a lineup last night.
Jeez. Well, here's the thing. He was teammates. He was in low A, which means he was teammates with Jason Dominguez. That's got to be who he stole from, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, oh, Jason, you signed this for my cousin? Selling it online Facebook groups.
Well, I don't know if he asked him. I think he didn't ask him. I think he just took the equipment out of his locker.
Yeah, probably easy to take like batting gloves and shit.
I saw a hysterical comment. Someone sent him a DM saying, "Hey man, I just started the MLB Road to the Show video game." He said, "I just started a Road to the Show video game with you, but I gave you 0 stealing stats because you're terrible at it."
Oh my god!
Oh man, just trolling him.
I love the internet. Yeah. Aaron Judge, who might be the hottest player in baseball right now.
Definitely.
He's on an absolute tear. He's upset with Camden Yards' left field wall. Calls it Create a Park. I saw a meme that was created that like showed the left field like busted all the way out through the outside of the stadium. But I know we talked about Camden Yards. Honestly, got to be top 3 park. So Judge, stop shitting on it, bro. Yeah, just hit the ball to dead center.
Yeah, he had 2 homers. It cost him a 3rd, but he'll be all right.
He'll be all right. He so far he made the right decision by not taking the Yankees joke offer. So
yeah, right.
This is interesting. The Reds no-hit the Pirates, but they lost.
Yeah, hysterical. They had 2 walks in an inning, a sack bunt and a sack fly. And so, they no-hit the Pirates, but couldn't put any runs on the board and end up losing 1-0 because of the sack fly, which is...
How many times has that happened?
I have to assume less than a handful.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
It's just they're the worst team in baseball. It's just if it doesn't get any worse. That's why you don't like small market teams like that. You can't give a dude hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, Avado's a good player, but in a small market team like that, they're forever just terrible.
The Reds the Reds just suck. They're just bad. F1, they have decided not to replace the Russian GP. I think that was probably expected. So just continue to throw out your Nikita Mazepin cards because they are worthless.
See you later.
Yep. We have the Spanish Grand Prix Sunday in Barcelona. A lot of upgrades for most of the teams this week, so this is going to be pretty interesting. It is Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso's home race. Wouldn't mind the Sainz win. So obviously Max is still on a tear. Yeah, don't put yourself into the wall, please. So we'll see. I'll be rooting for Carlos, I think, this week. Touched on it a little bit already, but PGA Championship is going on. Tiger stinking right now. You said you're rooting for your boy Rory.
I don't think he'll win, but I'm rooting for him.
Did you see John Daly? He is the most
Yeah.
ridiculous player. He's just like
I love that guy.
the epitome of like an American man. It's insane. How do you shoot?
He's not on the top of the leaderboard. So
No,
I think
I'm shocked.
I mean, that's the guy that's going to stop middle of the fairway, pick something out of his belly button, and then go take his next shot.
and like
that guy.
he's only +2. I wonder how many cigarettes he
I like
smoked
it.
during it.
Hopefully a bunch. Like he's enjoying himself. He's making a ton of money. Like, good for him.
Yeah, insane beard, insane outfits, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to
that dude definitely sits in a recliner in his whitey tighties on the weekend drinking beer.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's definitely like a Coors Light kind of guy.
Yeah, maybe even Natty Ice or something.
Natty,
like that.
yeah, Bush Light. I don't know.
Ooh, don't badmouth. That's the king.
I knew I was gonna hit one. Matt Harvey, he was suspended 60 games for the whole Tyler Skaggs distribution. I mean, I guess that's just them suspending him. Is he? I mean, he's ever gonna play again?
I mean, probably not. I can't imagine. I can't imagine a team wanting to soil their image and stuff, putting him back on.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. That's shitty situation.
People were pissed. I saw a lot of rumblings about the fact that he basically aided in killing a guy with drug distribution, got 60 game suspension, and then Trevor Bauer, who was allegedly sexual assault but found to be, criminally not liable for it, meaning that doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't happen, got 2 years.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, they're both terrible if they're both true and stuff like that, but yeah, it's weird how they pick punishments in sports now.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, you weren't convicted, we're just going to suspend you. You were convicted. It's like, I guess it's up to them, really, the leagues, to, player behavior and whatnot. But moving on here, the Carolina Hurricanes are playing the Rangers. So the Rangers came back down 3-1 against the Penguins. And the Hurricanes are restricting, I don't even know how this works, restricting ticket sales to keep Rangers fans out of the playoff games. Yeah.
So they're requiring for their home games, for the online sales, they're requiring an address in North Carolina, so South Carolina, or Virginia.
Aren't people just going to flip them to Rangers fans?
Probably. And then at the box office, it requires a in-state address. So,
I mean, I guess they could do what they want. Seems a little ridiculous, but
yeah.
I mean, are they worried about that many Rangers fans traveling to the Hurricanes game?
You know where this started? This is why I wanted to touch on this. This started back in 2015 with the Blackhawks, and it was when they were playing. That's my team. They were playing down in Nashville against the Predators, and they were doing the same thing. You had to have a Tennessee address and all that. Well, these idiots handed out cards at the game to their fans when they walked in. It was little, like 5x7 cards, and it had a list of hockey terms. So it said 5-hole, the space between the goalie's legs, and they were explaining, I'm like, your fans don't even know hockey. You're handing out what terms mean, and then you're going to keep.
Oh my god!
From the game.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. I don't know. I guess people would probably just be complaining on Twitter about that.
I know.
Not actually do anything, but this one's a little unfortunate. It's your team, so go ahead.
Yeah, Tariq Cohen, running back for the Bears, backup running back, I guess. Tore his Achilles on a live stream on Instagram.
You can hear it pop.
Yeah, it's
pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
And especially for running, this is arguably significantly worse than a knee injury. I mean, it's Achilles injury as bad as it gets. So his career could be over. It's a shame.
Yeah.
And he's a scat back too, right? He's a quick cutting outside runner.
I know you like those scat backs.
Dude, I can't stand him. But Tariq Cohen, he's a Bear guy. I had to root for him, but I think he's probably done now. What a shame.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. I know I've drafted him a couple times in fantasy before.
That's why I won the league last year.
Yeah.
Did I?
Because of Tariq Cohen?
Nah, just because I'm dominant.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
I just need to fit that in there.
Thanks. MLB rookie update. So pretty interesting movement here. for our big four. So Wander went in like a serious slump. He had one hit in like 5 games. I think he bounced back a little bit last night. But he's down to hitting 271, down from 317. So pretty significant. J-Rod continues to consistently get on base. He's up to 265, which is pretty damn good.
Only one of these guys that has been consistently picking up the last few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. He's gone up every week. I mean, he still with a 326 on base, pretty damn solid. That's been going up too. Bobby Witt still like middle of the pack here. He's hitting 215, down from 220, and then Torque is just. I mean, are they going to send him down? I feel like they got to.
Yeah. Just because at this point, you're going to mess with his mind, too, if you let him struggle too long.
Yeah. I mean, they sent Kalenic down, and he was hitting like 140. So, I mean, Torkelson's not far off.
Right.
Yeah, that sucks. I'll figure it out, I think.
Yeah, he's a good
player. Yeah. Let's go into the high rollers here. We got some pretty good pulls and sales this week. I think pulls was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, for sure. There's not a ton of high dollar sales, but a lot of big pulls.
Yeah. So we had the 2017 National Treasures Patty Mahomes RPA out of 25, PSA 10. Obviously tough grade on an RPA. 246,000. Massive John Morant sale. Didn't we have another out of 5?
Yeah.
So this is the 1920 National Treasures John Morant RPA out of 5 BGS 9.5 with 10 auto. Do you know if it was a true gem? I guess it don't matter. It's out of 5.
It was not. Yeah.
510,000. And then one of the lowest pop cards relative to what has been graded. 93 Upper Deck SP foiled Derek Jeter PSA 10. 600,000. So. Crazy.
That's what you get because there's less than 200 of those.
No, there's like 26 of them.
Yeah, that's wild.
A lot of them, I know people that have been sending them in. They've been coming back as like don't meet size requirements, which is interesting.
They're not even grading them anymore.
They will, but like they're not. They're really tough to even get them to grade it. So do not buy those and crack them and send them in trying to make a $600,000 play. It's not going to work.
Not happening.
Yeah, no. Before we get into the massive pulls of the week, because there's a lot of them, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Collector Caps. So if you don't know what Collector Caps are, they are a pretty much like a nice little snug cover on your top-loaded cards. Offers protection. Just a cool way to display it as well as you can customize these things to kind of give it your own little bit of flair. Just a great way to avoid ruining your top loader with Scotch tape, painter's tape. While it doesn't leave as bad as Scotch tape, still leaves residue, and I mean these top loaders are expensive. And
stop putting Scotch tape on your cards.
Stop putting masking tape and painter's tape too. Stop putting tape. Get a goddamn collector cap.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, if you got some big cards, you're sending to, if you're doing breaks and stuff, there's no reason you shouldn't have, just a massive pouch of these things next to you. Yeah. Just popping these things on your top loaders. So, you guys could check them out on Twitter and Instagram at CollectorCaps and shop online at collectorcaps.shop and use code GFNF for 15% off. We should have the GFNF ones relatively soon. So
tag us on Twitter and stuff if you get some in and stuff. Show us what you got.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little giveaway or contest or something. People that get them and tag the podcast and we'll think about that.
Don't let us catch you out there putting Scotch tape on it.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the polls. A little bummed about this one because, and there's no reason I should be bummed. I thought it was going to be the biggest one of the week. And then I got the kings and whatnot. I got one up. So on the GFNF WhatNot, I pulled the Lewis Hamilton 140. So it's the Belgium Grand Prix. Do you know how to pronounce it?
Yeah, it's Pod Paracha.
Pod Paracha. So the 101. We couldn't believe we had a 101, and then let alone Lewis Hamilton. We pulled the same card gold out of 50 in the first break. That box was insane. That box also had the the Yuki freshest out of 25. And another
That was
Hamilton
good.
out of 100. That was one of the best boxes I've ever seen of cards.
The gold 140 was our boy Adams, wasn't it? Slump.
Yeah, Slump. Yeah, he might be able to sell that, make a good penny, and not need a roommate for the Natty now.
He does need a room.
Yeah, he's still looking for one, but I mean, he might be able to pull enough to be able to just go solo dolo.
You better get one just in case. They'll cover all bases.
Yeah. He's gonna have to see that through. So, moving on. Also pulled a Max Verstappen yellow IV. So that's the variation out of 75, or was it 75? 199.
199.
Yeah, yellow. We did pull a green Max Verstappen out of 75 also, but so the variation.
It's actually I found that they pronounce it chartreuse now. It's not.
Oh yeah, we were calling it charcuterie on the street.
Charcuterie.
I was like, I know what that is. But yeah, and then another Sapphire pull. This one up me. Rated the dudes over at Rated Rips. Another great breaker. If you're looking to get into some more F1, they do a ton of it. They pulled the biggest card in the product. It was the Lewis Hamilton IV Pod Paracha 101.
Did they do it on WhatNot?
No, they're Twitch. They do it on Twitch.
So we're still the kings of WhatNot.
Yeah, we're still the king of WhatNot. I will wear crop top if I have to.
Yeah, give us a Lambo or whatnot.
I'll take like something a little small, like bigger in size, but like less in price. You know.
Yeah, like a Honda Accord.
Not like a G-Wagon or something. Like a Range Rover. I don't know.
We're not greedy.
No, we're not greedy.
We're also not marking cards. So if you're going to get people cards, Lambo,
True.
Do something.
Two massive Bowman pulls. So the Wander Franco 101 rookie card was pulled from a Walmart blaster, and then the 101 rookie card auto was pulled from a jumbo at a card shop out in Oregon. So obviously the two biggest Wander pulls gone. Everyone's pulling all this shit early. Makes you wonder, if they're pumping it out specifically to make sure this stuff gets pulled. I guess there's no guarantee that whoever's getting the box is actually going to open it. So it could, sit in a closet forever, but still makes you wonder. I didn't see a picture of this one, but I want to see a picture of it.
Hysterical.
2021 National Treasures Football Chuck Norris cut auto 101. They must have been confused when they pulled that.
Yeah, apparently there is a subset, and he's not the only. Chuck Norris is not the only one on it. There is a iconic cut auto set, and it's only a very few names on it, but to have Chuck Norris come out of a National Treasures football product, like they had to get random off. There was no way there's a spot for anything like that.
Yeah, you just gotta random everyone in the break at that point. Cool hit though.
It looked like you have to look it up. It almost looks like a eye black. It almost looks like an eye black.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Yeah,
funny. That's pretty cool. That's it for polls of the week there. I think upcoming drops, pretty light, honestly. So on the retail front, we should see Bowman Megas pretty soon. Yeah. Prism Football, first off the line, is next week, starting at 2,500. Interested to see where that goes. You could still get 2020 Prism Hobby for about 2,000. I think first off the line's about 3. So anything above 1,800 just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I think it will go. I think it'll go right around 2, just because people have been waiting for this for so long. There's been no good football for a while.
I mean, stuff's been selling out pretty quick. People just want to get it to break. I think that's really where most of it's going. One other thing we did forget to touch on earlier that I wanted to talk about was Panini dropped the premium set WWE Prism today. Oh, yeah. They started that at $7,500.
Insane.
Dutch auction down to $2,500. Hit the floor. Hit the floor. It was still too much. 200 card base set, and then you got an out of 20 auto, I think.
Did it sell out, or is it still sitting there?
I think it sold out, or they pulled it. Who the hell knows? But
yeah, they probably pulled it.
I would have been a buyer about $1,500 to $1,700. Even $2,500 just was way too much, so that's unfortunate. On the hobby side of things, Bowman Sapphire should hopefully be soon.
I think so.
So we'll be looking for that. That's that should have autos. Bowman prices around the board have dropped. I think it came out a little strong with the hobby, and the I think jumbos came out a little bit strong at like that $750 price point. So they're about down to $6.
I'll tell you this: we're not going to trust the picture we see when it gets released.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we don't get odds until people get packs.
Right.
So what are you gonna do? I think that's it for upcoming drops. You got anything else?
No, I think that's it. But make sure you're getting on WhatNot and following GFNF because your boys are going to be on there ripping.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm going to be ripping, but we'll be on there every so often. So, yeah, be sure to follow at GFNF on WhatNot, at GFNF _ on Instagram and Twitter. And then you can hop on. I think we just did a restock tonight, but you can hop on the wait list at gfnf.io to get into GFNF. Do, NFTs. Vinyls are huge right now. Been some pretty crazy low key stuff, and obviously sports cards.
Let's do this. We follow us on Twitter, NaffyBoy13 for Nico here, at Wrigley Elite SC for me. We also have a card Discord if you're interested in just cards. If you tweet at us and tag us in it and you make us laugh, maybe we can get you into that thing. We'll do a little competition. See if anyone can if you make us laugh. Maybe we'll get you into the card Discord.
Yeah. Or if you're just looking in the room with Slumped at the National, you can also hit us up there.
He's a very generous man. He'd probably even give you a credit card or something to buy some wax or something like that.
Yeah. Some craps money maybe for the casino. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind that.
Chocolate-covered strawberries up to your room. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, but I think that's it, guys. We will be back next week with another episode, maybe with a guest or two. We'll see. But the countdown to the Natty is on. The road to the Natty. We'll have to come up with a name for it or something.
I agree.
But yeah, thanks, guys. We will see you next week.
Thank you, guys.